Hello, I'm Obsidian, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Today, we have what is literally the highest quality video you'll ever watch. There's been nothing but time, effort, and high quality, non-repetitive Minecraft actions going into this. Because today, what's going to happen? It's going to shock you. I'm going to mine obsidian, and then get this. I'm going to mine more obsidian, and then a little bit after that, I'm going to mine more obsidian. And then, the stream will end. This is a revolution in the streaming game. We are redefining what it means to be a streamer with our... Anyway, hello, my VX Today, I'm going to be playing some Minecraft, and I'm going to be mining some obsidian. The reason for that is twofold, actually. One, my end is very ugly. If you haven't seen my end yet, actually, let's just show you my end. It's the only way for you to truly understand this. And two, because I need the obsidian to finish my gold farm. People are very... so the world is going to go off download at some point in the nearest future. Again, before the end of the year is my rough goal. And one of the key problems with that is that I want to finish some of my oldest projects that are unfinished right now. So, yeah, long story short, this right here. These towers, they're a little bit ugly. This bridge, a little bit ugly. But we'll let that pass for now. The real problem with my end... I'm really scared I'll just fall off the edge here, by the way. The real problem with my end are these towers right here. So, as you can see, the problem with these towers is there's too many of them. So, my Minecraft world, I assume because it's a 360 world, I ported it to the one. My world has too many towers, because the new towers just built over the old ones. So, you can see in some places, okay, that's weird. You can see in some places, like right up there, there's just half a tower and then there's a lower tower here. And it's just not a good thing in general. Also, there's Endermen that don't like me. It's really, really dark in the end. Is there any way to up that, like, brightness or whatever? Oh, I've got a little hiding spot between the two towers here. That's nice, I guess. So yeah, long story short, in today's video, we'll be mining obsidian. And, it's super dark. Like, I don't know how I'm going to do this without getting depressed. So we're just going to fly up into the sky. Okay, I did this wrong. Okay, we're going to just fly up into the sky. And then land right here. And this is going to be my first bit, because... One, we'll just place a torch there, just for fun. And now we can start mining the obsidian. So I do have an efficiency 5 pickaxe, and on bedrock, you mine obsidian faster. So it makes things a lot easier for stuff like this. Drink night vision. It's going to be a lot of time to be drinking a lot of night vision. I can't be wasting free golden carrots. What are you, crazy? I've got about this from the challenge. Yeah, it's one of the weirdest things I think I've ever seen. But yeah, you can see, because I have an efficiency 5 pickaxe, just to clarify, it's efficiency 5, silk touch, unbreaking. It'll last me some good time. That's the thing. So, here's a really handy thing about Minecraft Bedrock you might not know. So, unbreaking means that there's a 3 in 4 chance every time you mine something that it won't break your durability. On Java, it's almost imperceptible to tell. On console, it's the same. But on Bedrock, if you look closely in the hotbar, you can see the pickaxe will, like, pulse when it takes the durability hit. So yeah, fun fact for you right there. So that one didn't damage my durability. This one did. There's some fun facts about obsidian in here. But today's video is not all about obsidian. As much as that would be great. Actually, should we talk about obsidian for 90 minutes too? Let's do it. Let's do it. So, did you know the obsidian is purple? Well, actually, it's purpley black. It's a weird thing. Did you know that obsidian in Minecraft is the opposite of obsidian in real life? Obsidian is actually like a glass-like material. It's definitely not the hardest thing to break with a pickaxe. No shade, no tea, just fact. One of my favorite things about being British is that now the hot term is that the hot way to describe like sharing secrets is spilling the tea, and it's like, oh yes, we do like our tea over here, and like yeah, everyone's doing our thing, Title says 73 minutes, thumbnail says 70 minutes. Who do I believe? I'm putting 3 minutes of extra time in there so that when people see the video 73 minutes, they don't get confused. I begin to say obsidian is blue now after that fiasco of the grey wool. I'm actually sure I'm not sure what happened. Like, did I just get did I drink so much that I just went colorblind? I'm not sure. How much to pay for you to mine it by hand? I tell you what, guys, if we raise £200, I'll mine obsidian with my hand for 70 minutes. Actually, I think that amount of punishment is too much. I think I'm at the stage in my life now where if I want to play Minecraft mine obsidian, like you can give me money to do it with my hand, but you'll just make me sad. Like, I'll just be there like, okay, let's do this. We can get this going. By the way, big thank you for the 379th hero for the $2 Canadian super chat. IVX Twigcat is yes. IVX Twigcat is yes. And then 2 exclamation marks with the space. That's how you can tell a true fan from a pretender fan. Oh, yeah, there you can see it's just on screen. Got the cat and the llama. So yeah, I need to collect the obsidian, which means at some point I'm going to have to go back to the overworld and like deposit it somewhere. But again, we'll deal with that when we get to it. Also, it's really easy to tell where one ends and one begins, so let's keep mining obsidian, I guess. Actually, let's make some nice structures out of this obsidian. Like, let's at least make something good out of it. But yeah, there's a bedrock trapped up there now. It's a real problem. Can you make a how to mine obsidian tutorial? Okay, guys, this is a totally epic guide on how to mine obsidian in Minecraft. Make sure to hit that bell and hit that subscribe button so that you keep seeing more of my videos. And also hit the bell again because, you know, you didn't do it the first time. And if I keep saying to hit the bell, you might get bored and hit it just so I shut up. And make sure you also go down in the comments and you say, oh, I love Toy Cat's thing and I've hit the bell. If you don't hit the bell, then I'll beat you up at school tomorrow. And I'm assuming that's what these channels are going for, at least. Anyway, so, yeah, no, mining obsidian tutorial. Honestly, just get efficiency 5 and then get something else to do while you mine obsidian. Because if we're being honest, the reason I'm mining obsidian and doing a live stream is because I like live streaming. It's a fun way for us to talk. You know, it's like a mixture of Q&A with I get to make fun of, like, you know, YouTube tutorials, and also, you know, it's a fun mixture of everything. So that's my actual recommendation for getting obsidian. Just have a bit of fun with it, I guess. So I'm gonna make a lovely, absolutely beautiful thing here. To what extent does the Thar Desert provide opportunities for development? Now that's a high quality question right there. I just joined the stream and heard that, says Junhee Kui. Did it encourage you to hit that bell button though? Because if it did, then clearly good things are going on. No, these streams, they make me question humanity. Because the most viewed streams I've done in the past, like, week have both been me doing entirely mundane task for 90 minutes. But yeah, big thank you for the Canadian $2. Bell is yes. Bell is yes. Make sure you hit them bells. Honestly, that ghetto bell, I should make it in my next Let's Play, maybe. So yeah, we're going to just mine obsidian all day, every day. It's going to take me some time, but it's a thing. Oh, pro tip to keep yourself not bored if you literally have nothing else to do. Like, oh, sorry, if you have literally no other way to, like, keep yourself entertained. Let's say you can't watch YouTube and play Minecraft because you watch Minecraft on the same device you play YouTube on, and it's not a phone, so you can't do that picture-in-picture thing. I always recommend keeping obsidian one stack in your hotbar and then transferring it every time. Because now look at this, after I finish that previous stack, it's going to start collecting in my hotbar. And now we can, like, watch that number go up very, very slowly. So it's 1, it's 2, it's 3, and then so on and so forth. What if you get done in the end before 70 minutes, says Oliver Polizos. There is enough obsidian here that I'm not mining this in 70 minutes. Like, I'm very much going to underdo this. I think this is like, I'd have to do 700 minutes to mine all of this. Look how many towers I have to mine through to get anything done. Hello, Toycat. I have boring. I come from Sweden. I'm bad at English. I don't know what I'm doing. I agree, you don't know what you're doing. But at least you know, admitting your problem is half the battle, honestly. I'm hi Elfma since an adult super chat. Thank you very much. Use an efficiency 32,000 pick. Yeah, if you're willing to just mod your game, just give yourself the obsidian, break the towers, and creative, I guess. That's also a thing. Next to the stream, mining the entire end. One of the biggest projects I've always wanted to do in Minecraft, but never quite done, is mining the entire end. So, you know, end destruction. Destroy the entire end, put it in a box. Because imagine fighting the dragon where there's no end. Actually, that's a good video, right? Like, what's it like to fight the dragon without an end? Yeah, you know what, there's a fun idea. I get noticed and not allowed to talk for 5 minutes, thanks to the guy. So it's a funny thing, just for the stream, in case you aren't in the live stream chat, someone was saying, like, hey, yeah, like, stop complaining that Toycat's, like, a couple minutes late because there's an upload running. It's not a Toycat stream if it's not late. And because it was all caps, like, you know, they're like, helping me out, and then they get banned, and I'm like, oh, yeah, go you. And then Nightbot bans them, it's like, ooh, sorry about that. Anyway, so, how's everyone's Sunday going? My Sunday's going great. I really think some late night Minecraft on a day like this, it's one of those moods where you just, you fall into it a lot better. At least for me. Again, I'm one person. Fun fact, actually. Because I've had a pretty busy Sunday actually. My days that I like make videos and stuff don't line up with like any traditional schedule. So like tomorrow I'm taking like the evening off to go get some Japanese, because I love me some Japanese food. It has to be said, by the way, Japanese. They make, you know how like everyone always complains that like their mother does food better than the restaurant they're in. Like, oh, this isn't a home cooked meal. You know what's better than a home cooked meal? A Japan cooked meal. Unless your home is in Japan. I'm just saying, you're cooking food in the wrong home. But yeah, no. So that's my plan for tomorrow. And in the meantime, oh, and also, I'm getting travel vaccinations. Oh, hey there, friend. Ah, did not expect that to go that way. Oh, big thank you for the $5 super chat, Cade Leshley. Appreciate it. No message going along with it, just super chats. Again, everyone is. Oh gosh, I knew he'd come for me eventually. I just didn't think it so fast. Yeah, it's a bit annoying fighting these guys because you can't mine Obsidian while you're doing it. So I guess I shouldn't provoke them in the future. They give so much XP, so I should get an end farm going, I guess. That's a good idea. I'll do that sometime soon. $5 whole. I mean, $5 is a big amount. I mean, for a YouTuber. Like, so here's the thing about YouTube. Okay, you know what? Fun fact. Because someone once said, like, oh yeah, so you watch 10 ads on YouTube, that must be $1, right? The average viewer gives about 1/10 of a penny to maybe 1/3 of a penny if it's a good view in advertisement revenue. So if someone gives $5, that's the equivalent of them saying, I'm going to watch 5,000 videos. 5,000 videos. That's like, it's basically like you give maybe 5,000 views, you know? You know how you see a video of 5,000 views? Instead of doing that, I got $5. So actually YouTube takes 30%, so whatever, you know. He's almost done with Tower 1. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of Obsidian mining. And as we all know, Obsidian mining is the highest quality mining you get. I'm just going to put the torch there, just have some variety in the lighting. Because otherwise I think I might go insane. But yeah, I think doing some tasks that are like a little bit repetitive is actually probably a good thing in general, right? Like, just taking some good gaps like that. It's okay to cat. It's my fault speaking into cats. Yeah, pro tip is I don't manage the ban rules. There's a bot. Well, I mean, the boss got moderators who are human. But Nightbot, if you use too many emojis or caps, you get banned for that. So apologies, but it's automatic. It's just like, it's funny actually. You know, let me explain why that exists, because it's also the same reason that like opinion polling works, or like anything works. That it's just like enough people who are doing that are also leaving negative comments that it's best just to ban them all away. Oh my god. No, this can't be real. Oh god. You know, for this guy. I said I wouldn't do it afterwards. That can't be, is that real? No. 1 block is fine. Okay. So, I think this is the highest individual super chat I've ever seen on the channel. It's so big. Look how big that is.
I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me. 1 block is fine. How are you this fine evening? My cold is getting better. Drinking an ice cold water before bed has been helping me. Also, how did you make your name?
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start breaking this obsidian block when I respond to your comment. He said 1 block is fine. I'll break 1 block with a piece of steak. I've done this. I had to do this for a run recently, and it drove me a little bit insane. But I can do this just for you. First of all, thank you so much, 123 Cameroon. To respond to your questions, how are you this fine evening? A lot better now, actually. I've read, like, look how red that super chat is. I think that's as red as a super chat can get. Like, it's like warning red, you know. That's gonna be there all day. My cold is getting better. Drinking ice cold water before bed. Ice cold water, literally, in my opinion, #1 piece of health advice. Just drink ice cold water. Everything will be wonderful. Also, how do you make the name Toy Cat? I really wanted a nice short name, because when you tell most people about your name, it's like, oh, my name is like XD Slays Puppies 42 XXY, and it's like, am I meant to remember that? Do I write that down? People used to have to write their names down on a piece of paper and share it. You know, back in the day, because I'm old apparently now. We had to write down our, like, you know, email addresses or whatever. And it's like, no. You write Toy Cat, add that. It'll work, trust me. Are you breaking that with a steak? Yeah, I've got a really well done steak here, and apparently it's well done enough that it can break obsidian. I'm really scared that I'll like unpress the trigger, so I'm gonna press it with one hand, keep the other one in the sky. Try and imagine a new cover. It's impossible. You don't know me. You don't know my life. Then also we got another super chat. Holy cow! What's with the £200? I think that is the highest individual super chat. If anyone knows the correction for that, but I think we got a bunch of $100 or no, it was matched with Hauntons maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, that was absurd. That was crazy high. Remember when someone gave you like 800 or something with several chats? Yeah, that was, a guy came in. I don't know if, he didn't watch the channel anymore. He came in for one stream, was like, I don't need this money. And then later he was like, can I get that money back? And I had to be like, YouTube takes it, not me. As in like, they take it for months and then, there's a label, like I get the money in the end, but like, I can't refund your payment. You have to deal with YouTube for that. Slap those rocks of your meat. That is a very dodgy comment, but I'm going to do it anyway. I think we got $300 once. There was definitely 800 in the course of a bunch of messages. Like it was 100, 100, 200, etc. But in dollars. You know, Galaxy Love, that's his name. But regardless, that was crazy. So how did you make up the IBX part, says Opal Waffle? So I wanted a nice short username, Toy Cat. My brother was just like 2 words from a dictionary that are 3 letters each. Toy Cat, easy. The IBX part was because I was in a really short-lived clan. And then when I first tried to sign up to YouTube, Toy Cat was taken by a Korean cat. Don't ask me why, they're gone now. If you go to youtube.com/toycat, yeah, we did it. We can go back to the pickaxe. Thank you so much, Cameron. That is the craziest. You have made my evening. You have, in the same way that you feel better with your ice cold water. You know what the real, solution to any evening is. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. So, hello, Toycat, enjoying the video so far. On the subject of Dinnerbone adding his ideas to the game, do you believe the long-awaited for dyed planks will be introduced into the game? I don't know why I said that like that, SteamCat86. It's probably how you talk. Man, I'm like a little bit thrown off by that one. Like, man, my evening just had a nice turn for the better. But, IBX Toycat mining of sim with meat is yes. But no, so to answer your question, dyed planks, I think they're the least likely, they're the least likely old Dinnerbone features to be added, but if there's a time they were ever going to be added, this is that time. So I'm going to go as far as, and I think actually, if we look at the new blocks, I reckon maybe like, if you look at one of them, it makes sense as a dying block. Like, I know, I could see it being added for sure. What's the transaction from £200 to American dollars? I'll ask. Alexa! What's 200 GBP in USD? $260.20. Someone Google that and make sure that Alexa, she's not feeding me lies to try and throw off my financial transactions. Yeah, it's pretty good. The pound is worth more than the dollar. Actually, I can do whatever I want, I guess. I can start, stop mining Obsidian even. No, I can't do that. But the pound used to actually be worth like $4 back in World War II and just after. And then it slowly devalued. Even like 2010, it was worth $2 US. I remember when I first made money on the internet, 10 years ago now, it used to be, I'd get paid $2, it would turn into £1. And it's just slowly slid ever since, which is sad, but also kind of interesting. Reese's or Reese's, says Rishbird DD. Okay, let me just address this one head on. People who say Reese's Pieces, I just want to say that if you say that, I don't like you. I immediately am suspicious of you. You know how sometimes you look at people and you're like, this guy's a serial killer. If you say Reese's Pieces, it's like, rhyming is not more important than correctly pronouncing things. So, yeah, no, I'm a Reese's. It's Reese's. It's Reese, as in Reese is a nice guy. He sells us peanut butter flavored candy, and it's a great thing. How can I meet Andrew, says Alex Lease. If you buy me a Five Guys, and I'm in the area, that's just the only way. If that's a serious question, then I'm not too sure. Why don't you get a beacon with haste too? That's a really good idea, actually. Now you say it out loud. I think I even have a beacon in a chest. No, I don't. It's the other chest. Should we go get it? It'd actually make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? You know, Should we go? When we next restock our inventory, which will probably be quite soon, let's go get a, yeah, that'd be a really good idea. You know, that's, why have I not done that? I don't know if I can mine the whole thing for haste 2. That's probably a waste. But that's insane. New mission, go to England and get a 5 guys. But no, if you actually want to meet me, the best ways to do it are, every now and then I go to a mine fair. There's a chance I'm going to Mine Fair Seattle 2018, for instance. Honestly, okay, you know, what it actually is, like, as a guest, you know, I get flown out to some places. There's, like, a list of US cities I really, really want to see. So whenever Mine Fair goes to one, I kind of, like, I ask, can you invite me to this? And they're like, we can invite you to it. And then sometimes they buy tickets. Like, I wanted to go to Charleston, but it was... Right now, it's crazy expensive to go from the UK to Charleston. Look into it sometime. It'll make you sad. Assuming you live in the UK or Charleston. But, so yeah, like, Seattle is the most likely next one. But anywhere in Texas, I want to go to Texas so bad. Like, because I hear they just, you know, there's a lot of things. I hear a lot of things, and most of them are either interesting or positive. You know, like, that's how you know a place is good. If you just hear, like, oh yeah, so you go to this place, and then they take your wallet off you, and then they, you know, like, they rub it in your face. It's like, that's not good. But that's the thing. Does the pick have mending? It doesn't, but it doesn't really need it. Come to a Manchester the weekend closest, the 20th of November, and I'll buy you a 5 guys. Manchester is a lot further away than the price of a 5 guys, sadly. Now you gotta come to London, sadly, for that to work. I saw someone who looked a lot like you last week. A lot of people say I look like a lot of different people, and I think the most complimentary one so far is the guy from Stranger Things, maybe. But you know, it's like, at least in my head, it's like a really polite way to insult someone. To say you look like someone. I don't know, it's like, I don't know, I guess people do lots of different things for different reasons. I'll come to London and buy you a 5 guys. Hey! It should be noted. I'll check my calendar at some point, but I'm going to Disneyland this weekend, actually. As in, not this weekend that's just passed, but the weekend coming up. It's gonna be great. I'm excited. You look like a fish with a bad hairstyle. Ouch, man. You sound like a skin cream. So okay, if you like sports, me or your valued subscribers will go to Canada, BC and see the forest fires. You know, that sounds like a dangerous idea. Oh, you can see where the thing is on this side. It's like, what would it be like if you made a Bedrock server? I think we have a video series dedicated to that one. I've never been to Disneyland. Okay, so Disneyland, if you believe the internet, is a place where overgrown teenage girls go because they like Disney things. But liking Disney, I would even argue, is not required for Disneyland. Like, Disneyland is just... Their interest is not... Every other theme park's interest is sell tickets, get you in, vaguely interest you, so maybe you tweet about it, send you out for the day. The longer you spend in a line in every other theme park, the better. Whereas I feel like Disney's the one theme park that's committed to not just lines. In my humble experience. GG on the UHC. Can I make the next map? Hornhen's making the next map, but if you hit him up, he'll be able to tell you, you know, like, stuff about that, I guess. See, I'm going to go deposit the Obsidian and pick up my portable beacon. I think I left it by the horse farm, which is why I probably shouldn't leave it on me. But big thank you for the super chat. It's good MC Gaming. Man, today's a good day for Twitch. Today's a good day for Twitch. I've lived in a place with a low place in the US, and I currently live in Texas for 7 years. It's kind of walked down for me, but for a tourist like you, I think you'll enjoy it. Ouch! Call me a tourist. You don't know I don't live in Texas. I might be going to Texas to live there. I'm Texan. I got a Texan accent. I can't even. I've been thinking non-stop about my voice sounding American. It's like, it's my biggest, like, scare. Like, man, I'm secretly... Maybe that's, like, the real decline of the YouTube channel. Like, people realize I'm not British, they're like, well, what's even the point anymore? So I'm gonna put the Obsidian away, and then we have to go grab the box. It's gonna be a whole mess. It'd be nicer when you built a Never Get in the end. You'd go into an upside down world or something. Yeah, one of the coolest ideas I think it'd be great for them to tackle in the future would be a new dimension. I think we kind of need it. Oh, I just missed the super chat, by the way. Don't know what it was. Let me just check it out. Okay, let's go. Replace all the pillars with cobwebs. Hey. Oh man, I feel like that'd be the most frustrating thing. Although technically, you don't take full damage when you land in cobwebs, so there might be some use to that. Where's the beacon at? I swear I had a beacon that I dropped. I forgot to pick up the... Oh, okay, so... There's meant to be a beacon in one of these. I left the beacon underneath the blue ice place because I'm an idiot. So I guess we'll just take the beacon. You know, I guess that's the only option at this point. Yeah. Well, at least I picked up the green beacon. Did you eat the beacon? Yep, that's what happened. A new dimension would be really cool. People have wanted it for a really long time. Yeah, I think it's like one of the most requested features. The only problem is they actually recently confirmed the reason they're not adding a new dimension is because they don't feel there's enough content in the current dimensions. Like the Nether, it's not quite as featured as they'd like it to be. So if I had to guess, and you know, even Mojang often changes Mojang's mind even after Mojang says something. But so previously, for instance, they've said directly, this isn't like I'm misquoting them. They very, very clearly said, we'll go for level 1 beacon, by the way. Like, grabbing all of this is a bit of a hassle. But grabbing a little bit of it. Maybe we should just grab the whole thing, actually. No, we'll just grab the top layer. Just for easiness. And we'll go back to the end. Easy. Just because it looks a bit ugly if we don't. But no, next up, So, Cat, you missed an obsidian. But, back to what I was saying. So, Mojang changes their mind a lot, but if they stick with their current thinking, which we'll assume they will, then I would say that a Nether update is really likely. Like 1.16, the Nether update. Because there's so many things they could do with the Nether. They always update it one tiny feature at a time. I think it needs either a dedicated update or like a serious portion of an update. Like how this is the Village and Pillage update, the Nether and Tether update. It adds Nethers to the game and electricity. There you go. I guess redstone's electricity. The Nether and Weather update. Nether and Weather update! Oh my god. Buy it off me right now. By the way, Haunted Zombie, thank you so much for the £4.99 super chat. I know I'm like a few seconds late in each of these ones. Got 360 seed with 3 mansions, 2 villages. Sound right for the next UHC. Sounds like a good idea to me. I'm down with that. Sounds like I was being sarcastic. But I'm not. It's all good. So, okay, the title says 73 minutes, but the thumbnail says 70. Which one should I trust? It's actually going to be 71.5 minutes. I hope this clears things up. No, I might go longer than 71 minutes. It's... Again, I want to mine Obsidian. Like, this is my late night, like, calm down activity. And... Not calm... I'm saying calm down like I'm like a hyperactive teenager that just needs to take a chill pill and shut up. But... So, the next tower we're going to get rid of, like, at least down to the ground. Probably this one, right? It's a bit ugly. It's just a bit ugly. Actually, there's probably an uglier one if we look around here. Like, this one right here is missing some blocks. This is just clearly 2 towers. You know, this one here. Let's go easy to hard. Make our life a bit easier. So now we place our iron. We place our obsidian. I mean, our beacon. We call it a day. Easy. Except I think the only... Yeah, I need to put out one of my ender block boxes. The shulker boxes. And let's just do this. So, grab one of those. There's a single bit of iron in here somewhere. Oh, it's a diamond. Can't be wasting those. Iron? There's the iron. Easy. So we grab a single bit of iron. Or 2 bits of iron, apparently. You know, I'll have to do this again a bit, so sure. Throw it in there. Haste 1. Easy. And now we should get haste from the beacon. Assuming I did that correctly. I did. Which is handy for destroying stuff like this bit of a mess. Oh, this isn't a mess. This is the mess. Wait, what's up with this tower? Oh, I guess the tower got slightly overwritten by another one. See, I haven't seen this before, but... Let's just go up real quick. Yeah, you can clearly see where it got overwritten a little bit. So we'll just start at the top and mine our way down. First of all, though, place a nice torch on there. Gotta have something. Which is better, croissant or chocolate croissant? So if you have a Sainsbury's near you, hazelnut croissant, as in like, you know, hazelnut as in Ferrero Rocher / Nutella. That's my favourite croissant of all time. I'll only eat regular croissants if they're like... Actually, no, I'll eat any regular croissant, as long as it's not stale. Even if it's stale, I'll eat the croissant, actually. I'll change my mind. Thank you for the €2 super chat. Are you French Emerald Mage cosplayers? Wait, Euros. I'm going to make the guess, actually. I like to do this. So, Euro is one of the very few countries where there's more than, like, 10 countries which are all roughly equal prominence. So, I'm going to assume that they are from... Ooh. It's got to be like Ireland, the Netherlands, or Germany. It's one of those 3 countries. Also, why do you need this obsidian? Says Mafios. Making a gold farm. Should we get a sarcastic response? Like, I want to make a nether portal, and I want to make sure I don't have too few blocks. Like, I'm not sure how many blocks it is. It's, like, either... I think it's 12, but it might be 12 million, you know? One way to find out. Wait, Euro? That's not a country. The Eurozone is a country, though. Or the the Eurozone is a currency area. Did you say Europe was a country? Oh, man. Have I done that American mistake now? Side note, has anyone else seen that video? I'm going to advertise for a late night talk show here. But it's Americans try to name a country, and it's like, oh, which country? Like a hard one, right? It's like, no. They show Americans a map, and it's like, name any country. Name any country. Just point to a country and say its name. And obviously they cherry pick the results, but the fact that there's like so many. Oh, they're Irish, by the way. I think I said Dutch, Irish, or German, right? So, you know what? That's good enough for me. 1 in 3. Why did the sugarcane stream do so well? Lol, says Stalker Bleach. It's one of the great mysteries of all time. That as to why that stream did well. We just kind of accept that it did. We don't ask questions. Side note, does this look much faster to you than before? It looks about the same speed. Also, I have seen the video, so it's good MC Gaming. It's a good one. Again, I think most talk show stuff is like, yeah. But that fed into my you know, I know, I thought it was interesting. Actually, you need 12 for that portal. Oh, I think it might be 12,000 Sidar. It might just be 12,000. Well, we don't know for sure. Toycat, do you understand the E-meme yet? I don't understand the E-meme, and it hurts me greatly. Big thank you for, this is for the Jura for Member Fund. Thank you for the 2 Canadian dollars. I think because he's using pounds, and because YouTube takes 30%, I think it's a very tiny contribution, but Jura appreciates you. At least he should let you know that. In fact, Jura can send you a message if he appreciates you. So, Toycat, please respond. No. The King Creeper. I'm American, and I can agree that Americans are dumb, not all. Yeah, no, all it is I think, is geography is not as important to Americans, because it doesn't need to be. They're on their own isolated continent. And then a lot of American, like, when you're both geographically isolated and economically isolated from the world, you don't need to know about other countries, do you? Like, I know about France because we're taught from a very early age that, like, oh yeah, France is over there. It's where they smell and eat croissants. And it's like, oh yeah, next time I need to go somewhere with croissants, France has got me covered. And then you're like, oh yeah, and then Germany's next door, because you know what? Germany killed a lot of people, but it's okay now. They've said they're sorry, and it's like, yep, that's about right. Side note, you know, it says something about our relationship with the French and the Germans that, like, one of those 2 people killed a lot of ours during a very, you know, recent war. But on the other hand, the other people are French, so we prefer Germany a bit more. And then it's like, oh yeah, so then there's Ireland over there. You're not allowed to call them a part of the UK, or someone will get very upset with you, and they might put a stabber into you. So watch out on that. And it's like, oh yeah, now I know about all the countries. Whereas if you live in the US, it's what Canada's up there. You might need to go there if you want to go somewhere cold, and Vermont is too far away for you or something. You know, it's like you can kind of see, like. And honestly, I think a big part of the American identity is kind of like, you kind of need to believe that you're the only country. Like, there's a percentage of Americans that are very well traveled and familiar with the world. But there's also a percentage of Americans that are not ever going to do that. I know, it's like, it's like a different thing. Like, okay, if you live in LA, I was thinking of making a video on this. So here's a video topic that won't ever become a second channel video. But LA is like one of the most isolated places from another country on Earth if you discount South America. Like, obviously it's close to Mexico, it's close to stuff. But if you discount South America, which is one of the hardest continents to visit, both on a why would you and a how do you level, like it's expensive and that it's inaccessible. This is a big tower, by the way. This is going to take me some time. But yeah, you can start to begin the north of Ireland, says Emerald Mage Cosplay. Oh no, don't. Oh no, we don't talk about, there's 26 counties in Ireland, and then there's 6 counties that may or may not be in Ireland, depending on who you're speaking to. We don't talk about directions in Ireland. You say South Ireland, stab. North Ireland, stab. East Ireland, oh, you implying there's a north too? Stab. West Ireland, oh, that's a nice coast. It's actually a little less visited. Actually, were you implying it's kind of like a Northern Ireland? You gotta watch out. It's okay. Have you been to Iceland? I love Iceland. I love any cold country, and Iceland is cold, nice, and actually they're cold and nice. They're very expensive. So it's okay. What are your opinions on marijuana legalization? I think everyone has the same opinion of like legalize it, and I don't know, like we have a crisis in terms of making money, and like as far as governments are concerned. Like if you have to make money somehow, I mean, like, I guess that's one of the better ways. Like, rather than spending money to lock people up, why don't you make money? Hey, that's next level thinking right there. I swear some obsidian fell off the edge, but I can't find it. Did anyone see obsidian fall off the edge? Am I crazy? I guess it must have fallen onto one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a water bucket, which is in one of the... That's a milk bucket. Oh, I don't have a water bucket. So I just have to fly up each time? Okay. Hey, oh god, okay. I was just not expecting it to end so early. So, we need to get back onto that, so I guess I'll make a jump for it. I didn't expect that to work. I really didn't. So, we're just going to mine our way up this. Slowly from the side. How do you think Bedrock will run on a 360? I think pretty tragically. Also, Jura is from Northern Ireland. He's one of my, contacts when I need to learn about Northern Ireland. So, oh sorry, he lives in Northern Ireland. Would your job be easier if you had scaffolding? I think a little bit, but I think most of what makes this job a problem is like, it's just a whole thing. Like, I think the scaffolding wouldn't make this job easier. I think it would make stuff like my gold farm easier. And honestly, scaffolding... Okay, so scaffolding is a game changer. Scaffolding changes everything. But there's a key caveat on that scaffolding only changes everything if you don't already have a Riptide Trident or a Elytra. If you have one of those things... Oh, I can mine while doing this. If you have one of those two things, you really don't need to care about scaffolding, because scaffolding is just a way of doing things you can already do. Oh, I'm mining correctly. It's all good. Because right now, if I want to get somewhere high, I just Elytra up there, It's easy. Roasting gravel for 73 minutes. Good stream idea. 360 seed, full village, one desert. That works for me, Haunted Zombie. I like the idea of that seed. Sounds all wonderful. All good in the hood, if you will. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Scaffolding equals flights. Yeah, no, scaffolding is basically like, previously you had to go up there yourself. Now you can do it easier. It's a way of doing something you can already do in a much, much, much easier way. It's just kind of key. Also, Stream Pizza Now says the 379th hero. So, speaking of pizzas, right? So, I can talk about varieties of pizzas all day. But I made an important discovery recently. So, Aldi is a UK supermarket, or Aldi's a German supermarket that's in the UK. They're also in the US, but I want to say the version of Aldi that's in the UK is called Trader Joe's in the US, because who needs logic in the world? But yeah, so there's a store called Aldi, and they claim that they're the best chilled pizza retailer of 2017. And can you imagine what a tiny claim that is, right? Imagine if I was like, I'm the best Minecraft channel who is streaming right now mining Obsidian in 2018. And it's like, oh. You basically, you ruined your thing with caveat. Also, it's not midnight, it's daylight savings. It's almost midnight, because we had daylight savings a while ago. Fun fact. Also, Audi's just called Audi in the US. No, there's also an Audi in the US, but Audi isn't Audi. Audi is a part of Audi. There's two Audis in the US. One is called Audi, one's called Trader Joe's. I think it might be something else. Also, KitKat says she'll be across the pond in less than a month. Hey, that's gonna be an exciting time. See what it's like to use pounds. Again, it's a very good time to be an American going to the UK, as opposed to vice versa. Because you know that conversion rate, like I said, it used to be 2 to 1. It's a good time. Although if you go to London, you just, you know, it's expensive regardless of any of that stuff. You are the best Minecraft channel. Thank you very much. But no, so Audi claims to be the best frozen pizza retailer of 2017. And I can't think of a tinier claim. Imagine, like, having to brag to your girlfriend, like, hey, girl, you should be my boyfriend because I'm the most caring lover who owns a Corvette C6 in the tri-state metropolitan, or in the Atlanta metropolitan area. And it's like, how many C6s have been sold here? And he's like, hey, I don't know those numbers. I just know I got this award here. And it's like, oh, dude, that's you're not convincing me. You're not convincing me. So okay, I looked it up. Trader Joe's is not a part of Audi. I could be wrong there. There's definitely an Audi store in the US that doesn't have the Audi name. Actually, not okay. I'm gonna start mining down. Hey girl, you should be my boyfriend. Look, okay, you know what? Don't judge me. Gender neutral is an okay thing in 2018. Okay, I'm gonna quickly look it up because I can just mine Obsidian without doing anything. So Trader Joe's, it's owned by a German private equity trust. If you go into the history, it's named after the founder, Joe Columbui, who actually isn't Audi related, but maybe Audi bought it. Yeah, Germany's Theo Albrecht, owner and CEO of Audi Nord, bought the company in 1979 as a personal investment for his family. And then, so yeah, it seems as though, yeah, Trader Joe's is owned by the Audi guy, Audi North. Because, okay, okay. But you assumed it was a girl. Oh man, I lost everything here, didn't I? But let me just so I can't add my GF. Okay, I'll finish pizza because I could talk about Audi all day. It's such a fascinating company. But so yeah, it was the least ambitious claim I've ever heard. Like, hey, I'm gonna, you know, these are the best fries that you can buy anywhere on this street at 11:30 p.m. after all the other stores close. But so I heard that claim and I was like, what does that mean? It costs £3 for a pizza. Let's give it a try. I had the best pizza, I think, frozen pizza or like chilled pizza, I think I've had in a very long time. It was so good, and I just like pizza anyway. So like, I was amazed by this pizza. Also, good night. Have to be up early. Have a good stream. Thank you very much, 123 Cameron. You have a good night. And thank you very much for the very generous super chat, which is still up there. It'll be up there all stream. It's beautiful. So yeah, if you ever go to someone told me you had a boyfriend that looked like a girlfriend that I had in February last year. You know, that's a beautiful response then, I guess. But okay, hey girl, you wanna be my girlfriend? It feels weird to ask someone to be your girlfriend, but I guess that's what you do to girls. Hey, do. But no, I guess you do. Actually, you know, fun fact, I don't think I've ever had the conversation of like, would you like to be my girlfriend? You just kind of like, you just go like, oh yeah, so that's a thing, right? And then if you say, so we're boyfriend girlfriend now, that they find it too awkward to say no, and then boom, you got yourself what you want. Side note, that's terrible advice. Not actually what I do. Actually, it is actually what I do. I'm a terrible, terrible boyfriend. So why am I doing this? Says Goki, Need for Seed. Oh my god, that's a terrible name. I'm doing this thing. I've never been asked if you want to be my girlfriend. Hey, okay, so maybe it's not a thing anyone actually does. It's like, it's always phrased in like TV as a thing that you're meant to ask. It's just never happened. Or maybe we're just forever alone, Kit Kats. It could be that. Okay, let's talk about Audi. I want to talk about, okay, so if you know Audi, you might think, Toy Cat, there's no way you have anything interesting to say about Audi. They sell groceries at discount prices. That's not exciting, you know? Like, they're not even best lover of 2017. They're best chilled lover of 2017, and they want you to be their boyfriend. You know, that's Audi. How do you have anything interesting to say? But the crazy thing about Audi is it's German-owned. Everyone knows that. They're German, they're efficient. It's a wonderful. Alphatism says, I simply admit my crushes to girls, and that's how all my relationships have started. See, okay, real talk here. So as someone, I think it's not unfair to say I'm not a 10 out of 10 by any particularly high bar standard. However, it's worth knowing, I noticed this with like, because, you know, I have a lot of guy friends on various ends of the spectrum, and every single, like, there seems to be like 2 ways to start a relationship. If you are an attractive dude, just go for it. It'll happen. And I'm assuming, therefore, autism, that you're probably quite attractive if you just be like, hey, I like you, want a date? And they're like, okay. You know, usually there's a bit more legwork involved, you know? You don't, like, if I ask a girl on the street, will you go on a date with me? She's going to say no, and then she's going to go home and tell the story about the serial killer she met on the street, you know? Like, that's how that's going to go. That's how that interaction goes down. Whereas, you know, if you're attractive, it's like, ooh, he's so confident. He just asked me. So I don't know. Long story short, you gotta remember there's like 2 sets of rules here, man. There's like, you can't be. It's the. I think actually that's what a lot of it's like a popular incel talking point, right? I don't mean it in that way. I just mean to say that you gotta like remember that if your attention is unwanted, you'll get like pepper sprayed if you just ask the wrong way. In almost every stream I join you, and after I join you, start the real talk. I think there's a lot of real talk out there that's important to get out. Like, so TV discusses issues that are funny, and YouTubers discuss issues that get views. But sometimes there are issues in the middle that goes for the most. Also, personally, I like personality the most. I think most people like personality, but the truth is, if you don't know someone, you only have their looks, which is why if I ask, and if the only thing you know about their personality is they're willing to ask someone out on the subway or on the street, then you know very little about them, you know, and I think that's the reason on that. Rip October member girl. Yeah, rip October member girl. This is all your fault. If you'd have just subscribed, if you'd have just become a member, Christian Filado, we'd have been besties. We'd have hit 50 members. You'd have got the ball rolling. It's really all your fault, Christian. I'm sorry, but it is. So, okay, have you been to Wales? Yeah, I went to Tenby Beach and a few other places. Actually, I had one of my best holidays as a kid in Wales. Like, I played Sonic Adventure 2. I went exploring in a forest by myself. Like, it was the first time I had this true I'm exploring new territory feel, which to this day is one of my favorite feelings in the world. Wow, YouTuber mining Obsidian, giving relationship advice, just talking about personality. Again, I want to clarify here, personality is the only thing. If you don't have personality, you won't ever enjoy anyone. But you can, at least if you look good, you don't need a personality to ask girls out on the street. But you do need to, you need to have something, you need to show your personality in the first 10 seconds, or you need to be attractive. Or you're going to look like a serial killer. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. So, okay, how early do you have to wake up? I think it's, I'll show you my alarm, so I'm going to, mine. Oh, not an X, preferably. I'm waking up at, I'll show you the exact clock here. Am I mining right now still? I hope so. I guess just switch to the left a bit. I'm waking up at 7:50. So, yeah, that sucks. Like 8 hours, I guess. No, I'm getting vaccinated for travel. They said, I've never heard this. Bear in mind, in the UK we have universal healthcare. So I asked the doctor, like, oh yeah, I need to get vaccinated for a few things, and they're like, oh yeah, bring money. And it's like, why is that? Vaccinations aren't covered by the NHS. I was like, seems like they should be. NHS doesn't pay for you to go on holiday. And it's like, but okay then. I guess I'll pay for the vaccinations. Can you stop turning on my Alexa, says Mr. Tobin. I'm sorry, Mr. Tobin. I think I did it again by saying that. According to a lot of people, I'm a very feminine guy. I think feminine definitely isn't bad for a guy. Okay, you know, actually, 2018, right? Real talk here. I think there is a decent proportion of women who want a manly guy with a beard and a lumberjack or whatever. But I think the average guy is more feminine than 20 years ago, you know? And that's probably... I mean, there's bad things about that. There are ways in which you should not be feminine. But there's, you know, like, looking after yourself is seen as a good thing. It's not a bad thing. You know, like, being able to talk with... I know, I feel like it's a good thing. In some ways. Again, there's a lot of caveats, a lot of asterisks on that statement. But I want to say that... I'm not saying this just, you know, be polite to you. I have no reason to be polite to you on the internet, autism. But I would say don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. So is the collab with Green still coming? Says Christian Falado. Honestly, I need to like check my DMs with him. I don't know where we last left it, but who knows. Asda in the UK is Walmart. Asda is Walmart in the UK. Yeah, it's pretty interesting that the UK has supermarket brands that really don't extend outside the UK. And even when other brands come in, like, you know, Walmart has out Asda in the UK, but they didn't rename it Walmart. They kept it Asda. Kind of interesting, in my opinion. I'll say this again, if you look at the Enderman's face for a few seconds, they'll break all the bedrock for you. Jay Davis, bro, that is impolite to request. You know, you're a year sponsor. You're meant to be better than this, man. Honestly, it's if you're not terribly awkward and you have a sense of humor, you'll find a girl who like you. There we go. Sanovi. Oh, she is a girl, I think. That's where the advice comes from. Yeah, Sanovi? San 5. See, your advice was golden, and now realizing you're a girl, you're like the pinnacle of why this is true. It's correct, right? Like, just don't be mildly funny. Don't look, you know, like you. Yeah, again, like be mildly funny, smell not bad, and there you go. That's you know, it's fun. You know, there's like there's a funny Michelin web sketch. It's like, you know, like men versus women, how you gotta prepare. With women, it's like, okay, make sure, you know, you adjust your makeup. Make sure, you know, like you got, you know, correctly fitted this. Make sure your outfit matches, and make sure, you know, that like you've done your skincare routine the night before. You straighten your hair. And then with men, it's like, men, make sure you shave. And then get drunk if you want to, because you're great as you are. And, like, obviously, it's, like, a bit, not perfectly. By the way, we made a hashtag. Do you like it? Hashtag, why am I streaming right now? I go to Dunnes stores, always better value. I've never been to a Dunnes in Ireland, but I think they're a classy place. Again, when I stayed in Ireland, the host of my Airbnb was like, he said it in Irish. There's a Dunnes over there, toy cats. You gotta be going in, and they got a great value. You have great crack there or something. You know, like I didn't know what it was, but he said something along those lines. He very much recommended doing a thing. Before getting a girlfriend, you must become one. Can confirm, if you want to be a good girlfriend, you've got to be a girlfriend. Like, how can you know what a girlfriend wants unless you've been a girlfriend already? So, just saying. Pro tip with Toy Cat. The end soundtrack is creepy and beautiful at the same time. Oh, I can't actually hear it. Is it super loud? Oh god, it's loud. Are you being deafened? Can you hear me right now? One sec, I'm going to listen to my own stream. I didn't realize how loud the end was. I always forget how loud the end is till the last second. So I'm going to watch my own stream back. Are you being deafened? Can you hear me right now? It's perfect. One sec, I'm going to listen to my own. Nailed it. What pop island were you in? It's Dublin and Cork. I want to go to Galway. Galway sometime. I stressed he was probably going to do this off camera, but then he figured he was bored, so why not stream it so he can read chat? Yeah, no, I think my pro tip for doing some of the things you know you need to do in Minecraft, but you kind of don't want to, is like watch a podcast or a stream or whatever during it. And in my case, one of my favorite things to do to kind of like chill out is like do a live stream. Just chill with the chat. I just realized Toy Cat has one ugly cut. Ow, man. Tame the Dragon 94. I'll have you know. I have a person that... No, I think, honestly, like... the whole... I don't know, like, anyone's can rate you any amount, right? Everyone has their own preferences on everything. And... I just had celery with ketchup. It was amazing. What is that? It's okay, are you scared that I know your first name is Andrew? Says Mr. Tobin. I am absolutely terrified. So, Cat, why don't you ever look up? She doesn't... Who don't you ever look up? She doesn't like being seen. Whatever you do, don't look up. Oh, okay. Ah! When is the next Realm social experiment? I just sent it to the editor today. The reason this stream was delayed is because I was uploading the last clips. They usually take about 3 days to be edited, and then after that, I'll be able to upload it probably this Friday. If things go perfectly to plan, this Friday, you'll see Toy Cat tries to become a communist. Toy Cat tries to run a realm as if he's a Stalinist dictator. It's great stuff. New thing, take a bite of a garlic bulb and I bite of an apple. Oh, biting garlic is one of the most horrific experiences that I think everyone should have. If you've never bitten to garlic before, you're missing out, is all I'm saying. You're missing out. So, communism is great. Earlier when you said talking about vaccines, in my mind I thought you were saying vasectomy. I was so confused when you don't know that age just to travel. Imagine if I was like, I'm traveling a bunch. I don't want to have any Thai ladyboys getting pregnant on my behalf. So just had to get it cut off or whatever. But no, it's vaccinated as in like obviously travel illnesses. Because there's some, I think it's like dengue fever or something. There's a few like illnesses. There's a chance I'll get. So I'll mention where I'm going in the next year. It's funny, like when I went to the doctor, so they're like, "Where are you going on holiday soon that you need to get travel vaccinated?" And I was like, "A lot of places." Well, which continents? Hopefully all of them. Well, okay then. Middle East? Yeah. Asia? Yeah. Americas? Hopefully. Actually, I'm going to America in a couple of months. Gonna go to San Francisco for the first time. I hear the hills are pretty wild. And also, it's absurdly expensive in San Francisco. Has anyone ever looked up how much, like... I live in London, one of the most expensive cities in the world. So it's rare for me to be like... But man, San Francisco. It is a place you don't want to be unless you have all the money in the world. Even if you have all the money in the world, San Francisco is still a questionable location. There's a reason that Bill Gates is not located in San Francisco. He wouldn't be the second richest man in the world for very long, if he was. Have you played Red Dead Redemption 2 yet? I have. I really wanted to like it. I really tried. So, Kat, will you be able to try Maple Taffy in a video? I tried Maple Taffy off video. I think it was one of the worst things I've tried. Maybe I tried something wrong. Yeah, so Kat, I made an ice throw from one point in the nether to another, about 800 blocks, both X and Y. 69696. Very clever. Yo, if you live in London, why are you streaming at midnight, says Lucy Miller. It's good that you know my time zone, Lucy Miller. I'm proud of you. But, no, I want to mine some Obsidian, and I want to stream, and these things came up together. And I got £200 or £140 today, so, clearly it was a good decision to do so. Now, tomorrow I've got a really busy morning, so I have to go get travel vaccinated. And then I'm also going to start a new run. Like, I want to try and beat Minecraft without using the right trigger. Which sounds impossible, but I'd mentally be running through how to do it. And I think it's possible. So Kat, is Canada real? I'm pretty sure Canada's fake. It's too nice to be real. I love Canada. I really love Canada. Naomi Howitt says, I should be asleep for my exam tomorrow, lol. Honestly, okay, here's the thing about sleep. You have to want sleep to get sleep. And you might want sleep a few seconds before you go, but you don't really want it. You've got to be in the mindset where you think... Okay, pro tip, Naomi, just for you. Here is some pro sleep tips, because in about 20 minutes when this stream ends, in 13 minutes, you're going to need to get to sleep. Because of course you're going to be watching the whole time, because you're a toy kitten or whatever. But no, pro tip, Naomi. When you go... Okay, so this is for everyone. When you go to sleep, you need to be convinced that you'll be able to go to sleep. And you got to, imagine you in 10 minutes being like, oh, I'm not asleep yet. What do I do? And be like, oh, it happens when it happens. You've got to be calm and then, accept that sleep is going to happen. Accept that it doesn't matter if it happens now or in 10 minutes or 20 minutes. If it takes now, you're getting to sleep. When you go to bed, it's happening. You're giving it your all. If you give yourself a way out, you'll take it, So that's first tip. Second tip here. Lindsay Dillon says toy cat. But, respawn the dragon when you're done and sing the final countdown. Second tip here is imagine black. Right now, not just shut your eyes black. Try and imagine the blackest black you can. It's a really good way to stop your mind imagining I should be sleeping right now, but I wonder what Lindsay's up to. Or I wonder what, your girl Kendra's up to. Or, oh, do you reckon the Twin Towers are falling down again? I should check the news because, I can't deal with that crisis again. You shouldn't be thinking about those things. You gotta be black. Darkest black you can. If you can't think of black, try and think of nothing. Because nothing and black are basically the same thing. It's just easier to imagine nothing but black. I used to be really, really good at sleep. Now I'm passport sleep. Because I've gone jet lagged so many times that my body just exists in a permanent rotating cycle. So there you go. Thanks to Kat, says Noam Muhammad. You're welcome. And for exams, I don't know if this is true, but my local supermarket gave my school a bunch of bananas on the SATs week. SATs, if you're American. And how did you know I had a crush on Lindsay, says Phytron. I just know, I know you and your crushes. And, you know, honestly, if she knows you, based on our previous conversation, and Sand5's, I usually watch YouTube till I fall asleep on the sofa, then I go to bed. If you try to force yourself asleep, you won't be able to. No, but I mean, like, if you're not tired and you force yourself to sleep, you're just gonna have an unpleasant time. If you're tired and you still can't sleep, because that's how most people do it, right? You just have to accept that, like, oh yeah, I'm tired. I know I need to sleep, because when I'm tired, usually I go. If I'm not tired, I can't sleep no matter what. It's just a fact of life. But unless I'm on a vibrating vehicle, as in like a plane, I realize that's a dodgy way to phrase it. But so actually, go back to my previous thing. So a guy who's attracted to Lindsay. If Lindsay knows you, and if she still talks to you, she probably finds you funny. Ask her out. There you go. There's my good deed for the evening. Is Andrew qualified to give relationship advice? I'm not qualified, but I have. So Sand5 right here is, or Sandfi. I don't know what the name is. I don't know anything about them. Like, they're my qualified, like, they said this. I'm repeating real life, you know, hopefully, real life woman advice to you. And then I'm not even getting involved in this. I'm just saying, look, we have physical proof, you know? Because sometimes you feel to yourself, like, man, people say that they want one thing, but they really want a second thing, and they find it impolite. So that's a thing. It's okay, have you ever tried chicken fried steak? It sounds really good. Also, Jessica Clark, I saw a comment there. Oh, are you using the Obsidian for your gold farm? Yeah, so a lot of people were like, you're never finishing that gold farm. Well, this is my, I guess, attempt to prove them wrong. I'm going to use all this obsidian, to use the gold farm. Because I just realized I have too much obsidian here and not enough obsidian there. Why not fix both issues at the same time? I can make chicken fried steak. What even is chicken fried steak? It sounds amazing. It's true, haha. Yeah, no, I agree with your advice. My point was just, when I'm assuming they're young, my assumption. I think, like, especially if it's, like, your first time ever asked someone out, or, like, you've never, whatever it is. So a thought that was always in my mind was, like, people always say, just be nice, just do your thing. But that's them not knowing the real secret to their success. It's like, I don't know, a lot of people don't know why they're successful, and even a lot of companies, like, you'd figure, like, I don't know, a company like, this is a famous example. 343 Industries didn't know that, like, the Master Chief was the most liked character in Halo. And it's like, you make Halo games. It's your job, and you don't know why people like your games. And I figured in the same way, like, like, women might say, oh yeah, just, at least I used to, I'm saying I'm used to. I definitely agree with what you're saying now, but when you're young, you're like, yeah, well, of course you're gonna say, just be nice and funny, and, don't, try to kill me, and that's all really we want. But, at the same time, you see that what happens around you doesn't match that advice. Like, that's not what people are doing, so you think, maybe they just don't understand the same way. Being way too nice can actually scare girls away. Oh no, I'm not saying be too nice. I think I would say don't even, just a thing. Anyway, just pro tip, it's fried like chicken is. So you take a steak and then you put like southern fried batter on it. That sounds amazing. Took a shower and came back. The 200 super chat isn't gone. I don't think that 200 super chat's gonna go away, because we've got like 7 minutes left in the stream to mine all of this, by the way. Let's start mining from the side, just to mix things up. I'm starting to run out of inventory space, actually. So we'll just put some in here, just for safekeeping, just for the time being. Okay, so we'll finish on the relationship thing, but I just want to say, is Toycat just Master Chief without the suit? I am just Master Chief without the suit. But yeah, no, a lot of people don't realize why they're successful. And a lot of companies don't realize why they're successful. And a lot of YouTubers don't realize the same, I guess. Because what's obvious to one side isn't obvious to the other side. In any, let's say, human transaction where there's two parts, one side probably knows more than the other. Or, at the very least, you know, both sides don't have the same information. I know it's interesting. There's a lot of weird. It's like okay, so think of it this way, right? When an airline sells tickets, most airlines think to themselves like, okay, so what can we do to get more customers interested? Maybe we could improve the quality of the food 10%. Maybe we could have the airline attendants politely say, please, sir, would you like to come aboard? I recently went on an airline that's like, would you like to join us for dinner, sir? Instead of, would you like some food? But really what you care about is you just want a cheaper ticket. Like, you're not going to, you know, Ecuador no matter how nice the service is. But if there's a $100 ticket to Ecuador, I'm right there. I'm there. I'm not even questioning it. I'm just not even looking at the airline. Just, okay, guess I'm going to Ecuador. Geography videos, economic videos. I think economics is the most important, underrated subject, actually. Is entertaining a real word? My history teacher says it's a combination of words, information, and entertaining. It's not a real word, but it's like a thing you could say. In the same way you can say, like, I don't know, toy cat, but toy cat's not a real word. It's a name. I know, it's a weird. I thought you were going to mine from the sign. What a betrayal. You know, Sir Gamer players, let's go back to it. Let's do this again. Toy cat, there's a skin of you in the Boo Bashers skin pack. I'm actually aware of that. Yeah, I gave the guy permission to do it. So he's like, you know, this Halloween skin pack just needs a toy cat. That's just what it needs right now. Spent €80 on a Ryanair flight to Spain in December. Wish me luck. Spain in December. I feel like that's either a really good idea or a really bad idea. Not quite sure which it is. Side note, okay, this annoys me. Everyone goes to hot countries in the summer, and it's like, you know it's hot here in the summer, right? If you want to go to a hot country and benefit from it, because in hot countries it's too hot in the summer, go to the hot countries in the winter. Boom. Secret pro toy cat. I've been to Ecuador, by the way, says the 379th hero. When did you go to Ecuador? And how? Why? What's good about Ecuador? The coolest thing about Ecuador, in my opinion, is they have, like, I think it's the laxest visa rules on the country, on the planet. Like, Ecuador's the easiest country to get into. They might not even have immigration standards. It might just be, show a man your passport. Are you real? Okay, come in. So the 200 donation is still there. Yeah, it's gonna remain there till the stream ends in apparently 4 minutes. I've got a lot to mine, so let's go from the top all the way down now. With me to we in June. I wish I knew what me to we meant. Does anyone know what me to we means? Thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. Appreciate all the Canadian dollars thrown in here. You'd want to brace on landing. So Kat, what secondary school did you go to? It's a bit of a personal question. Like you're not gonna know it, you know. If I say like, oh yeah, Dame Dick's secondary school for infants. I guess not for infants, for truants, for delinquents. It's like, okay, I guess he was a delinquent then. So, are they ever going to put out updates for the Xbox One edition? No. Gonna fight the dragon alone, wish me luck. Have a good one. Me to We is a charity. Oh, it's a charity. I thought it was like a way of saying like, oh yeah, I go with the family. The Me to We's. Make a video mining gravel. I'm sorry. You should be very sorry. I'm very offended. So, yeah, I'm 23 right now, by the way. I turned 24 in like a depressingly soon amount of time. Like 6 months or something now. 4 months or 8 months. I don't know, it's getting closer, which is bad. If there's a church to the Wither, are there more churches for the other mobs? See, the church to the Wither was to this day, I think, the biggest backlash I didn't expect on a video was the Church of the Wither. I was just like, hey guys, I'm building a church to Satan. And it's like, oh, I mean, the Wither. How did you guys assume it was Satan? It's just an upside down cross. Yes, that was a big backfire. I think it's because, especially in the early days, a lot of Americans watch my videos, and to this day, there's like 1 in every like 2 or 3 views is from America. And I think the religious percentage in America is super, super high. And in the UK, if you're religious, like, you know, you're whatever about it. Whereas there's like, it's called like the Bible Belt, right? There's a real portion of America that is like not chill about it, you know? Like, the Bible is Oh man, this. I'm not trying to debate religion here. I'm saying it's not enough to just. It's not enough to believe. You have to outwardly say it on a regular basis. That Bible Belt boys. Have you tried bread with pancakes? Bread with pancakes sounds amazing, Net Squire. Like I'm hungry for bread for pancakes now. I might go to McDonald's tomorrow, buy some bread, get some of their pancakes, mix it up. Oh, I am hungry for bread and pancakes. Oh man. Have you tried funnel cake, says MTM Jedi? I really want to try funnel cake. I tried hot cakes and it was just pancakes, and I've never been so sad in my life. I've never been so brokenhearted. Pancakes are delicious. Let's get this bread. You ever been to Wales in the south? I'm going to New South Wales, probably before I go to real South Wales. That's for sure. No politics, no religion, no Star Wars. You know, you got a point. That's a good time for me to back off the religion thing. Actually, you know, I learned a fun fact, actually. If you look up the religious statistics of Japan, 80% of the population is Shinto, and 80% of the population is Buddhist. And it's like, wait a minute. That makes 160%. Because most people celebrate, like, Shintoist traditions on a regular basis, but everyone there has a Buddhist funeral, which is weird. So, fun facts with Toy Cat. But, Toy Cat, what secret features do you think will be in 1.14? Side note, we're at 71 minutes, so because this is going to be 73 minutes long, I guess we'll just make this look a little bit less ugly, and then we'll call it a stream. Does the UK have IHOP? It does not have IHOP. It's a real tragedy. Lindsay Dillon says, how do you travel so often? I'm always curious as to what people mean by how do you travel so often. As in, like, how do I physically do it? How do I afford to do it? Why do I do it? You know, do I enjoy doing it? Like, is it... You know, I'm never sure what response to give. Did you want New Caledonia to become independent or stay a part of France? I had no preference, honestly. Like, it'd be cool to have a new country, but you know, it'd be letting the nationalists win, which is like, don't they have enough victories all over the globe? That's my take on it. You know, like, anything that makes France sad makes Toycat happy. But you know, that's a whole thing. Wait a minute, did you stream twice today? It says Bryson Games. Yeah, I streamed earlier, and then I figured, let's stream again. I don't know why, I just wanted to do this stream all week. It's just been on my mind, so I figured, let's do it. Let's do it. You know, you just gotta think about that. What about the north of Ireland? Later than the late squad. France this much. I mean, it's obviously like a joke with France, but I mean, it's just a fact, right? Like, France is like the China of the East, like where you gotta be like, well, they don't engage in the rest of the internet. And why should the rest of the internet? How do you keep up with it all financially, and where do you go? So I'll be very brief on this one, but I travel super cheaply. That's my whole thing. Like, travel cheap, travel light, travel fast. And how do I keep up where to go? I go where the flight deals take me, honestly. Like, I have preferences. Like, I wanted to go to New Zealand, so I kept an eye out for New Zealand flights. I really wanted to go to Singapore. Actually, I went to Singapore because I learned they spoke English, and I was like, that's a good enough reason for me to go. But, yeah, no, I follow deals, and, like, this year I've been doing a little project, which will come up in a video soon. Or, like, it's not a project, but it's, like, kind of like a project. So,
Last super chat. This is honestly my favorite channel, and was in fact the inspiration for me to make my own channel. Well, the biggest one. And now I'm a channel member, which is honestly really cool.
Oh, you're a channel member? I didn't know you were a channel member. The free seven. Would I miss something? In my head, your name is blue, not green. I guess I've been... But yeah, thank you so much for deciding to become a channel member. And also, for that whole thing. Tips for getting cheap flights. Book months in advance and find flights from popular times. Yeah, I agree with you, Samvi. I've got a whole guide on the cheap flight thing. Because there's so many tips beyond, like... So first of all, I'd say, like, okay. Those are the 2 tips everyone needs to know. Try and fly unpopular times. Try flying cheap. Then on top of that, it's like, be flexible with your destination. Be willing to fly from 2 separate places. You know, be willing to mix things up a bit. Go for... Try to fly on when... You know, there's so many tips. that I would try to give it out. But yeah, I'm assuming you travel some amount yourself, Sanvi. I hope you have great travels wherever you're going. What's your favorite sweet? I really, really, really like gay bacon, or rainbow belts, whatever it's called. It's really, really good. Like I've hurt my tongue like 4 times this past week just eating that stuff, but I keep eating it because I've got a problem. It's awful. Change the title to 80 minutes, please. You know what we'll do is we'll change it to like 77 minutes. I really want to destroy this before we go. Like I don't want to leave this last tower here. Has it been 73 minutes yet? It's been an awfully long 2 minutes. It's a thing. Nope, I've never been out of my state. So I will clarify. If you live in Europe, it's a lot easier to get cheap flights, and it's a lot easier to go to another country, because the equivalent of a state in America is a whole country in Europe, you know. But if you live in the US, there are still flight deals. It's like $275 right now for a return from, I don't know, like New York to London? I'm not sure. But yeah, it's kind of a similar thing in reverse. Like, be willing to mix things up and do this and do that. Collect airline points, or whatever you gotta do. Why do you need obsidian? I'm making a gold farm. It's in the description, man. It's in the description. Wow, it's late already for you. Yeah, no, after this, I'm definitely gonna get some sleep. It's pretty cheap to fly to run right around. Interestingly enough, actually, you know, okay, so I've got 5 minutes. Let me just talk about my passion for a little bit. Also, Sam V said, I travel up between the UK and the Netherlands, since I am from the Netherlands but live in the UK. And Jessica Clark says, New Zealand sucks for flights too. Yeah, no, if you live in New Zealand, it's like 10 hours to your nearest non-Australia country that isn't an island, I think. And, like, a 10-hour flight, that's like the furthest, that's like the UK to the west coast of America, or the UK to, like, close to Asia. It's wild. But, first of all, if you travel a lot between the two countries, you might be interested to know that there's a Eurostar between London and Amsterdam now. It's only direct from London to the Netherlands, but taking the train, even though it takes longer, it's a interesting experience. So look into tickets. They start at 29 euros. Pro tips of Toycat right there. See, now you get a pro tip too. You help that guy ask out Lindsay, whoever she is, and now you in exchange can use the Eurostar hopefully. Again, like look into it. It is I love the Eurostar. Like it's just a nicer way to do things. And Amsterdam train station is also super nice in my opinion. Like as an English person, I guess as a Dutch person it's probably annoying. Let me talk about my passions. Immediately gets distracted. Okay, I've got 3 minutes to talk about my passions here. 2 minutes and 48 seconds. So I'm gonna be real fast. Okay, so here's the thing that I find interesting. Flights between the UK and the US are gonna get more expensive really quickly, because right now they're going down so fast. Literally, when I started traveling, it was an amazing deal if you found like less than £500 between the UK and the US, unless unless you're going to like New York or like, there's some places where you'd find it for a little less, but anything less than 500, it's amazing. Then Norwegian comes out of the gates pretty much as I start doing my thing, and it goes down. It's like, want to fly to America? 179. Then it's like 149. The first time I went for £99 to Boston, and then like 129 back or something. But you don't pick some out to break. It won't break. It won't. So then, like, it's been going down pretty much non-stop. Even traditional airlines, like if you want to fly like a Virgin or a British Airways or an American or whatever, it's really cheap. I've seen some crazy flight deals. That's why I'm going to America next January. One of the again, it's gonna be a cool video you'll see on the second channel. My next American flight, like a really cool video. I can't spoil it or anything, but so that's super cool and interesting, right? But it's gonna start going up soon because it's gonna be literally mining obsidian for 79 minutes. By the way, it's suddenly gonna start going up soon because Norwegian, which has basically been the company driving down costs. The traditional airlines have been trying to buy Norwegian for a while. They've been failing. Like, Norwegian's really good at, I guess, evading being bought. But they're really close to, like, financial problems. And one of their things is, like, okay, we're just going to have to admit we can't keep lowering fares. Because their plan was, like, go below 100, make the standard for, like, transatlantic less than £100. Like, if you're paying over £100 for a flight to America, what sort of a rich bastard are you? But they're changing that. They're changing their strategy because they realize that's not sustainable. And that's interesting to me. That like, the dream, the Ryanair, but between, the US and the UK, like that would be the dream, like that level of pricing, but not that level of price, quality would be the dream. But anyway, there you go. That's my passion. I find it interesting. It's like a big piece of developing news. The like Norwegian has to change their routes, their pricing strategy, everything like that. And because of that, the traditional airline's going to change it too. And if you fly between the UK and the US, it's going to start sucking sometime fairly soon. But anyway, with that said, thank you very much for watching today's video. I've got 16 seconds to say, make sure you hit the bell. If you liked it, then that would be great to let me know in the comments down below. Share if you liked it, subscribe if you're around here, do things. Thank you for everyone who came along. I love these late night streams and everyone who, I know this is late for some of you too, especially if you're based in the UK or Europe. Thank you for coming along and goodbye.